right, what's up, fire breathers? These are, I'm gonna separate again. Cross your fingers. YouTube's been working decently well, so this is gonna be for the gym. 2019-03-26 gym. You are starting with a back squat EMOM. You'll see in your notes it says to compare it to 2019-02-04. So if you've been doing this program all year, look back and see what you did. Then try to go heavier. If not, or if you're just not feeling it, the weight on your squats that I want you to shoot for is 75 to 78% of your 1 rep max. This is going to suck. It's supposed to suck. Just a quick little review on your back squats, as always. You can watch over there too, since I'm kind of weirdly framed. Feet about shoulder width apart, not too narrow, not too wide for this. Your weight is going to be centered between the balls of your feet and your heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes, but that's just to keep us from being forward, okay? But distribute that weight evenly along your foot, and then you're going to think about tearing a paper towel just with your feet. So you're gonna screw those feet into the ground, and that's gonna turn your knees out. That's gonna also help us push our knees out to the side as we get lower and stand ourselves back up. That bar's on your back, obviously, right? Core nice and tight, you're starting at full extension. The first thing you're going to do is send those hips back and then straight down. Getting those hips below those knees and then coming back up to standing. The reason that we send our hips back is that the joint that moves first takes the load of weight, and we want our glutes and our hamstrings to be bearing that weight on our back. Okay, we don't want to stress our knees. This is how we keep our knees safe. So none of this. Okay, you want to hips back first, then down, then you can stand right back up, come to standing. Make sure you're breathing while you're doing this. Stay tight as you squat. Okay, got a whole bunch of stuff today, although it's all pretty simple, right? Simple. Excuse me. You're following that up with your Metcon. You've got an AMRAP repeat situation. Hopefully you guys are all prepared for 19.4, since we kind of do those a lot, right? You've got biking, box jump overs, and clean and jerks. So make sure you're hitting up your calories, staying on that bike until your calories hit. Don't assume it's gonna roll over and jump off. For your box jump overs, can be lateral, that's going to be the fastest. 2 foot takeoff and landing. You do not need to jump on top of the box. So if you're going laterally, the fastest way to do it is like this, right? 1, up and over, 2. If you want to face your box and completely jump over, that's absolutely acceptable. Your count ends when you're on the other side of the box. For your clean and jerks, barbell cycling, Metcon work. So if you want it to be powers and push jerks, that's up to you. If the weight doesn't warrant that for you, that's okay as well. So competitor clean and jerks, what you're looking at doing is from the ground, cleaning up your shoulder and using the receiving position from your clean as the bottom position of your jerk before getting that barbell overhead. So slow it down. What are you talking about, right? So when we do a clean and jerk, normally what happens is we come from the ground, clean it up to our shoulders, stand up, dip, jerk, and up. When you're doing a competitor clean and jerk in a Metcon, when you are receiving that barbell and you're clean, you're bending at the knees, your hips are back. That's going to be your starting position of your dip. So it just kind of takes out that middle portion of stand, re-dip, and go. Okay, so it's the difference between this and this. This is absolutely the time to play around with that. You want to think fast, you want to think strong. You absolutely need to make sure that you're receiving your clean correctly though. So if we have a bad habit of receiving our cleans like this is not a good position to jerk from. Make sure. When you receive that clean, take those hips back, mini squat, and then you can go ahead and jerk it from there. Note that due to the setup of the Tribe app, your scoring system for this is the total number of reps that you accumulate across your 3 rounds. Up until your 3rd round, you're doing an AMRAP. Okay, so you've got the, what is that, 30, you've got 45 reps per round in that first AMRAP. Then you've got, I lost track of where I'm at, 20, then 30 reps in that second AMRAP. When you get to the 3rd part of your AMRAP, you've got your 10, your 5, and then max rep at that clean and jerk. So only for your 3rd round, you do not get back on that bike. You're only working on the clean and jerks. Okay, just to make that clear. When you log your score, it's the total number of reps that you completed during the whole time. Leave the breakdown of your rounds and reps for each segment in the notes section. Once you have recovered from that and done all your math, you've got 2 different finishers today. So you've got, what did I call that? I don't even remember. But you've got straight arm L sit-ups. I don't know where I'm at in the frame. You might have to watch me in the mirror for this. But for these, what it's going to look like, you can try to do it with weight if possible. But you're going to start with your legs fully extended, arms fully extended, straight up in front of you. And you're going to pull and come to an L sit up. Then back down, and that's 1, 2, okay? You want to do your best to keep your legs straight and to use your abs as much as you can to pull and to come up to full sitting extension. You're going to kind of move your arms a little bit, but I really want you to try to keep your arms straight up and down the entire time and locked out. So start light, you do have 20 reps, and that's kind of a lot for this. Then you've got some dumbbell bench, and then you've got kettlebell windmills. I'm leaving the frame, but you can see me. Yeah. I'm just gonna use the baby weight to demonstrate because I'm not warm. So for your kettlebell windmill, you can kettlebell snatch that weight up. So you can see. You're gonna go feet a little bit wider than hip width, arms straight up into that kettlebell. You're going to turn your feet over to the side, your heels of your feet, over to the side of where your kettlebell is. Looking up at your kettlebell, you're gonna keep this back leg straight. You're gonna bend that front knee as you drive that kettlebell up into the ceiling, as you reach down to the ground and come back up to standing. That's 1, down, 2, and then you'll switch sides. Get that kettlebell up overhead, feet nice and secure, heels to that side, back leg straight, bend that front leg, reach, and up. Then you're finishing with core 4. Again, we've done this before. Good mornings, toes to bar, strict, and Russian twists. For your good mornings, you can absolutely go from the rack if you need to, unless you're doing an empty barbell or something that you can clean and jerk if you want to. For your good mornings, that weight is on your shoulders. Tuck your pelvis, get those ribs down, everything nice and tight, doing a nice straight back. And then you're going to hinge at those hips, sending those hips back as you lean forward. What this looks like is this. and then squeezing those hips forward as you come back up to standing. What it does not look like is this, and reaching so that my toes are coming up off the ground and I'm losing my balance. It also does not look like this. We're not squatting. It is all in the glutes and the hamstrings. So keep those weight in those heels as you send those hips back. And then as you come up to standing, drive the ball of your feet into the ground, dig those heels into the ground, and squeeze your butt to come forward. That's getting geeky about good mornings. Straight toes to bar, do your best not to kip. Just hold nice and straight, and then big deep pull with your low abs as you get those toes up to the bar. And then your reverse hypers. I think I said Russian twists, I'm sorry. Reverse hypers, weighted if you can. If you're at a place that doesn't have a reverse hyper, you can do straight leg deadlifts, single leg kettlebell deadlifts, whatever equipment you have where you can do a hip hinge and movement and activating your glutes and your hamstrings. Any other questions or you're not sure what to do for that, depending on your equipment, reach out to me, let me know. All right, guys. So keep up, get in the frame. There's the camera. I'm sorry. Keep up the good work and attack with fire, and catch you guys online.